Hello, this is my USB motorized focuser design. So you can see this whole thing is driven by this motor. This is a 12-volt motor with a 5 RPM rotation speed. And I'm using a timing belt to pulling between the motors and the focus adjust knob here. Alright, so for this part, when I purchased it, just looked exactly like this pulley, and I have to modify the shaft area, the opening area, and make it similar size to the original shaft come from the telescope, which is about 12.5 millimeter. All right, so I also are using sheet metal. In this case, I'm using a book stand, and it's very easy to modify, so make it be able to holding this part onto the telescope itself, as well as holding the motor. All right, and the way it works, and the way I design is like, I can flip this motor up, and then you can see now motor is disengaged. I can rotate this focus if needed. Okay, but when I want to engage between the motor and the focus knob, so I just push this thing down like that. Okay, so when the motor is rotating, then the focus knob will be adjusted as well. So here's my USB device. It's been using a heat shrink wrapping around it for protection. All right, and the other end, one cable is connected to this handheld adjuster, which is this guy, and the other end is a go-to USB cable. Okay, a quick demo here. So once I plug in the USB, that becomes a sole source of the power, and I can push this button, and the first button is a clock. Make this motor rotate clockwise, like that. You can see the rotation speed is pretty slow. Okay, on the other side, this one is counterclockwise. So you might see the rotation speed is very slow, which is adequate for my project. The primary purpose of setting this up is using a motorized field wheel, and between filter to filter has a very, very small difference in focus. Okay, so that's why I installed this focus adjuster for my telescope. I'm going to talk about backlash problem from this focus design. So when we adjust the motor in one direction, the response from the focus knob is pretty good. However, if I want to reverse the direction like this, sometime between motor and the shaft, it has like 500 millisecond lagging time. But after that, its response is pretty well. Okay, now I reverse again. Another reverse. So on this motor shaft, is lagging a little bit. Just keep in mind, if you remote your focus adjustment remotely, just keep that in mind. There's some lagging time between the motor and the shaft. So here's a demonstration how do I control this autofocus remotely via USB cable. So on this part, here's a serial monitor. All right, so the focus is initialized now. So if I want to make the motor rotate clockwise, so I just enter 1 here, and the default number is rotate for 100 milliseconds, which is one second, And if you want to keep rotating in the same direction, which is clockwise, you just keep enter 1 to it, so it will keep adjusting. Okay, you can also enter 2 to make it rotate counterclockwise. Let's see, what you can see here is like this one tell you like how much time is being adjusted this time. So this one adjusts for 1000 millisecond, and it tell you like what is the total time has been adjusted on one direction. So positive means like higher positive means it's a more toward the clockwise direction. If we move toward negative direction, that means it's been adjusted counterclockwise. Okay, so next step is like I would like to increase the amount of adjustment time to speed up adjustment. So for example, I would like to make it 5000 millisecond per adjustment. So what I need to do is type in 5000. Okay, it tells you the pulse time has been adjusted to 5000 millisecond. And now I click 1 to make it adjust clockwise. Then it will rotate the motor for 5 seconds. Okay, and you can see the position here, it was like minus 1000 millisecond, now become plus 4000 millisecond. Okay, again, like if I tap 2, it will just counterclockwise for another 5000 millisecond. Okay, so what if I want to have a very fine adjustment? I can give it 50 millisecond. And it will tell you the pulse time has been adjusted to 50 millisecond. And if you want to adjust clockwise, yeah, it's just real quick. Clockwise for 50 millisecond. Again, if you like to adjust counterclockwise, it's another 50 millisecond as well. What if you find a best focus? Then you would like to reset this number. So in my program, you can enter 0 to reset it. Okay, so the next time when you want to adjust, like I want to adjust clockwise, then it will start from 0 and then now become 50 millisecond.